So I've done a bunch of taste tests to find out what is the best plant-based meats out there. Today we're gonna be doing another one of those taste tests. Today we're gonna be trying out some sausage. We have 5 different plant-based sausage brands. I went to the grocery store, found the most readily available ones that looked fairly good. So we're not gonna be trying out breakfast sausage patties yet. That might be for a future video. Today we're gonna be testing out the sausage links, the bratwurst style links that are getting very popular in the stores. Now, I've tried different plant-based meats from pretty much all of these products except No Evil. No Evil's a new one for me. I started seeing it recently pop up in the grocery stores, so this one's gonna be an entirely new taste to see how well they nail their plant-based meat. So let's get started on the ultimate plant-based sausage showdown. Let's see who's gonna win. Real quick, before we get started, leave a comment down below. Let me know who do you think is going to be the winner. I have an idea because of what I've tasted before, but I don't know. Something might come out on top that I'm just not thinking of. So first up, let's do just a quick run through of all of these. So the Light Life plant-based sausage, this is the Italian flavor one. So their nutrition facts: 220 calories, 12 grams of fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, 0 cholesterol, 500 milligrams of sodium, 12 carbohydrates. And it also has 16 grams of protein, so that's fairly important. So here, their ingredients lists. This one is made out of pea protein, virgin coconut oil, modified cellulose, paprika, cane sugar, fava bean protein, brown rice protein, potato starch, calcium alginate casing. So we know the calcium alginate casing, that's the same thing that I made in my plant-based sausage recipe where I was copying the Beyond Meat. That seems to be a pretty popular method of getting that really snappy, more lifelike casing. So that's pretty cool. We already know what that is. Otherwise, these are all pretty familiar ingredients. So next up is the Beyond sausage. Now this one, I got the brat flavor. I know they make an Italian flavor. I wish I would have grabbed it, but this is what I saw on the store, first shelf. So the nutrition facts, it's 190 calories, 12 grams of fat, 0 grams of cholesterol, 500 milligrams of sodium, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and 16 grams of protein. It is made out of pea protein isolate, refined coconut oil, rice protein, fava bean protein, methyl cellulose, citrus extract, calcium alginate casing. So again, a lot of those flavors are things that we're already pretty used to in the plant-based meat. A lot of things that I use. There's a few things on this package that I was surprised about that I didn't see before. The citrus extract. This is gonna be something I'm gonna be talking about in a future video coming up here pretty soon. Next, let's talk about tofurkey. Tofurkey, this is the Italian blend version. Its nutrition label is 270 calories, which I believe is the most calories out of the 3 so far. It has 15 grams of fat, 0 grams of cholesterol, 490 milligrams of sodium, 10 grams of carbs, and 24 grams of protein. So far the most amount of protein. Tofurkey is made with organic tofu, vital wheat gluten, expeller pressed canola oil, soy flour, potassium chloride. So very different ingredients than what we've used here in the past. Field roast. This one's gonna be the most different out of all of them. It's made with Yukon Gold potatoes, apples, and rubbed sage. Very, very different. This one is 220 calories, 8 grams of fat, 0 grams of cholesterol, 560 milligrams of sodium, 16 grams of carbs, and 23 grams of protein. This one's coming in second on the protein scale, which is pretty neat. It is made with vital wheat gluten, expeller pressed safflower oil, unsulfured dried apples, Yukon Gold potatoes, yeast extract. Again, a few pretty common ingredients that we already know of. Vital wheat gluten. This one's essentially a seitan-based sausage as well. These ones are more similar to what you can make at home, very easy. You can make these at home as I've shown, but these are gonna be your pretty common ingredients, what you just find in just about any store. Then last up, this is the newest one on the block for me. This one here is the No Evil Foods out of Asheville, North Carolina. This one is Italian sausage. They call this one the Stallion. 25 grams of protein, which puts this one at the very top of the protein. 150 calories, 1 gram of fat, 0 grams of cholesterol, 800 milligrams of sodium, 10 grams of carbohydrates. So the most protein, but also comes with the most sodium. So this one you would have to be a little bit careful with the amount that you take in. It's a lot of sodium. So this one is made out of non-GMO vital wheat gluten, organic red kidney beans, chickpea flour, organic shoyu. Everything's organic in this one. So essentially this one's just vital wheat gluten. It is a seitan-based sausage, like the 3 of these here. And it has a lot of very familiar ingredients. This is very similar to something that anybody can really make at home. Let's get cooking. We're gonna cook all of these up together. So I immediately like these 2 with a casing. The ones with the casing, they just look more like a real sausage. So for both of these, we have the skillet set to a medium-high heat. We're gonna cook these both first because The other one's only gonna take a minute to cook. So let's drop these guys in. Both have a nice sizzle. And then we're just gonna be constantly turning. Now the Light Life is on my right and the Beyond is on my left. The Beyond sausage actually is letting off some oil, some fats, which reminds me more of a real sausage link than the Light Life. The Light Life is completely dry on the outside, where the Beyond is actually sizzling and bubbling up. So right off the bat, the way these guys cooked, I will say that the Light Life's casing held up a heck of a lot better than the Beyond casing, which I'm a little surprised about. I've cooked Beyond quite a bit, but I followed the instructions, which is something that I don't often do when I'm cooking at home. So I got the Beyond and the Light Life up to 160 degrees internal temperature. I believe that has something to do with like the firming of it. Now, the one thing with the rest of these is they either don't have a casing or they're in a plastic casing. Starting with a tofurkey. Now the field roast comes just like your normal sausage link would, which is, you know, pretty cute if that's what you're looking for. And then last, I haven't even seen these guys yet. Oh, they also come out in the cute link form, the sausage links. I don't think that's really necessary. They don't have to do that, but you know, it's just what they're doing. Slice the casing open. So we're just gonna cook these guys for about a minute. So the No Evil and the field roast do require a little bit of oil. The tofurkey doesn't. So I just dropped about 2 teaspoons of oil in the pan to cook these. And then now we have the tofurkey, the field roast, and last out is the No Evil. So let's get tasting. The first one we're gonna try is the Light Life. So right off the bat, cutting it and putting a fork into it, there was a pop. There was like a very even. Now you can see the inside here looks really nice. Now I'm just gonna pick this one up and squeeze it. There is no juice coming out of this one, so there's no juice retention. Back on the fork to give it a taste, and let's see what it tastes like. There's no snap in the casing, so that kind of goes away. It does have like a little bit of a bready taste to it, which I'm not a fan of. That's one thing I can't stand in plant-based meat, when it kind of tastes like bread. I don't understand why this one does, because it doesn't have like gluten, which normally like a Vital Wheat gluten has. The density is just almost too even, where a sausage normally has different bites and chews to it. I'm gonna rate this one 3 out of 5 stashes, because honestly, it didn't like really sell it for me. So next up is the Beyond sausage. So the Beyond sausage, even though the casing kind of disintegrated, it still had that pop and snap when I cut into it. You can see the inside definitely has like a nice meat look to it. There's a little bit of juiciness, but honestly, like a lot of the juiciness kind of seems to have cooked out when we cooked it. Let's give this one a taste. This is the bratwurst flavor. Now, even though that's the brat, I've had their Italian version. There's not much difference. It just has a little bit of that Italian seasoning. That has more of the actual pork flavor to it. It has more of that sausage flavor. And the consistency is more like a real sausage, where there's bits and pieces of texture. It's just not one solid condensed meat product. As far as the taste, like I said, it tastes more like a real sausage. Honestly, the Beyond is getting 4 out of 5 stashes overall, with taste, flavor, snap, the way it cooked, everything. But let's move on. We're gonna be moving to the seitan-based versions. The next one up is the tofurkey, the biggest one of them all. Now the tofurkey has kind of like a slight casing to it. Doesn't look like it's like a meat product. It just looks like all one piece. So let's give this one a taste. This one is Italian. No. Definitely is very bready. I don't like the breadiness of it. The texture is just one piece versus like meat, where there's chew and there's oils and fats and different things. I'm not a fan of that. I'm sorry, tofurkey. The flavor's good. If it was in a bun or something like that, it would be good enough to substitute something. Maybe more along the consistency of like a tough hot dog. Like if you were to get a very dense hot dog. It's getting 2 out of 5 stashes, unfortunately. Now this one is the field roast. I'm excited to try the field roast, because field roast stuff is always just so unique to me. You can see the consistency is very similar to what we're seeing with the other ones here. It's just like a solid piece of meat blended all together. That one has a nice taste. Really taste, I believe it's like a sage that's popping out. I'm not trying to base this taste test off of those flavors specifically. I'm looking for the pork flavors, that burst of sausage, which the field roast doesn't have. It is good. It's a different product. It's getting 2 out of 5 stashes. I know I'm not really going in depth with these ones, because really they're just kind of seitan based. You could chop these up and flavor them like chicken if you wanted. You wouldn't know the difference. And then last up is the No Evil. There's no snap, there's no casing, but it does have a nice kind of meat look on the inside. Definitely, looks a little bit more like meat than the other seitan versions. So the no evil's really nice. Does have a little bit of breadiness to it because we're not able to get that fat in there like a real sausage would have. But I will say that as far as the meat is concerned, it does have that grain, it does have that chew, it does have those different textures that make a sausage. That one's very surprising, the no evil. But I'm gonna give this one's getting a 4 out of 5 stashes. The reason is because it does have those different bits of grain. I don't know how they accomplished that. More of a meaty texture. Pretty cool how they did that. Good job, no evil. Good job. So all in all, the winner of this one is going to be Beyond Meat. Coming in third, the tofurkey, and unfortunately coming in last, field roast. Okay, so really quick, Monica's gonna try these out for me really fast. She's just gonna have them all and then tell us which one's the best.
This one's not as good as this. I don't know what's up with that one. It tastes like ketchup. It's a little sweet. It's good though. That one's not bad too. This one's first.
Beyond is first.
Second.
Field roast.
Oh, okay, and then this one.
And then no evil is third. Thanks, baby. But I did do the Beyond and the no evil as being like some of the better ones.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, gang. If you haven't yet, please make sure you click the subscribe button right here and click this video. This one's gonna be my ultimate fakin' bacon showdown. The ultimate fakin' sausage, faux sausage, the ultimate fossage. What should I call this one?